Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door, or Door Shutter, coming back to episode 32 of All of Fabric 6, and today we're immediately jumping into making the Steam Quarry, and to make this, it looks like we need a decent chunk of things. I'm just kind of looking at the shape here. Alright, so I've got all the blocks. I just need to make sure I'm placing them in the right area. So I'm assuming there is no block here, right? Just that chain. So we actually have 4 chains. Okay, and then this, and then 6 steel pipe casing or machine casings. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, 1. Is that right? I might place something wrong. Actually, we might need these, right? Yeah, okay. So item output hatch and item input hatch, along with a steel input hatch here. So let's break this block. So input hatch for fluid, and item input hatch, and then an item output hatch here. And then we can, of course, quickly close up the multi-block. All right. So now what we can do is, of course, we can grab some bronze drills. I have 96 in here. Let's just throw in, let's see. Oh, this one right here. Okay. All right. And then the output hatch. And we're going to need some boilers, which I need to craft up some. But quickly, I want to talk about the villagers. So off camera, I've got 6 villagers here for modern industrialization, and they all have pretty decent trades. Here's the steel gear, and I did, infect these guys once or twice to get their trades down. So we've got 1 emerald equals 1 steel gear. There's bronze gears. There's even the steel upgrades in here, and I believe one of these guys actually has one for cheaper. No, okay, so just 9 is the default here. So we've got steel upgrades, so I can just make normal boilers. Here's steel plates, bronze ingots. This guy, one of these guys, this guy trades rubber sheets, which is fantastic. So we've got a lot of that, and behind them is just Fletchers. Just been getting emeralds that way through sticks, and there's a botany pot behind them with oak logs. So that's fantastic. Okay, so we've got 4 steam boilers, which this might be excessive, but we'll go with it for right now. I actually kind of want to place... Yeah, we'll just place this one right here for right now. Alright, so I've got the granny sink, of course, because we're going to kind of cheese this a little bit, because it is the easiest way to get infinite water. And we're going to quickly servo that, so everything starts getting water. Now we need to get some coal over here, which we're just going to simply grab, I guess, like 4 stacks of this. Start producing all of that steam. And then here, we can start piping this out. And it looks like I need a couple more servos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. And that should power this. Okay. And I'm assuming this is how this works. Right? You put these in here. Right? That's item output, so I would just think that. But maybe I'm wrong. That's active. Okay, it's actually producing. Alright, so let's grab a chest. Let's go for a diamond variety, right? So let's craft up to that point. Okay, so perfect. We can just throw that in there, and that will give us ores. Okay. Now you gotta think. I have a temporal pouch. What happens? Not terrible. But it looks like we need a lot of these to actually get any progress. So it looks like we're going to have to kind of start focusing on getting to the electrical one, which I think, yeah, so the electric quarry is down this line, basically. So there's the large steam boiler, an upgraded version of the small bronze and steel boilers, LV steam turbine. The steam turbine uses steam to produce electricity. Then you've got the assembler. Okay. So it looks like we kind of know where we're going. So I'm going to let this run. We've got 62 drills in there, so we should be fine. Let's start crafting here. So what's the wire mill? Okay. So let's look here. Wire mill, bronze anchor, a couple of these, bronze rotors, and then one of these. So steel wire mill. I probably should bring over that boiler setup we have in our base to be over here. But let's see. Use. So this is just purely for wires. Okay. I just wanted to make sure what kind of wire. So looking at copper. Copper fine wire is wire in there twice. Or a plate basically in there continuously. All right. And that'll complete that. And then the electrical age. So let me grab some of those out. At modern, I got these from villager trading because I am just trying to trade with them, and that was one of the trades. All right. Electrical machines work exactly the same as steam machines, except that they require electricity instead of steam, and they progressively overclock recipes up to 32 EU per tick. You can use REI to view the recipes for each electric version of the machines you're already familiar with. We strongly suggest that you automate machine hull, analog circuits, motors, pistons, robot arms, conveyor belts using assemblers as soon as possible. That will make crafting electric machines basically free. Okay. And then also we have the bronze drill. We can pull that over. All right, so we got some resistors. So basically, one of the things is this mod is very, very much focused about creating an assembly line, right? And I'm probably not going to do that, which might bite me in the end, because I'm probably going to pause after getting the electric version of this Quarry here because I want to move to Tech Reborn kind of halfway through Modern Industrialization, because using Tech Reborn will actually speed up the rest of the actual Modern Industrialization stuff. So I'm kind of, thinking about that in the long run. So the large steam boiler. Okay, so this is going to require a lot of bronze. Yeah. Lots and lots of bronze. It uses fuel 8 times faster than the furnace, but it produces 256 millibuckets of steam when fully heated. Don't forget water, it won't work. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be expensive. The LV steam turbine converts every millibucket of steam to 1 EU. Okay. It has the low voltage tier. Alrighty. And you go to the polarizer, then to the electric blast furnace, which is to get better steel. Okay. Alrighty, so quickly here I'm setting up a, just ore system here. So that way we can actually harvest, or, process all this stuff. I'm hoping. The heck? Did I just return it? Oh, okay, so you can do that, apparently. Okay. If I do this, will that allow for me to pull? No? Okay. How do I do this then? Actually, I think you want to run this through a macerator again, don't you? So I actually need to have another macerator right here. And then I think it's a steel furnace after the fact. Right? Because you want to macerate this stuff down too. Let me grab another macerator. Alright, so we've got another macerator here. And what I should be able to do is kind of set this to input, right? Or is that not a thing I can do? Honestly, I'm really confused on how these machines work. Because it doesn't seem like it's very versatile in the sense of, automating everything, right? So, let's just go the old-fashioned way. Get a pipe and a servo. Alright. Pipe everything in that way. And then... What? Okay. And then furnace. And we're just going to do a chest. Just kind of as a buffer point, right? And I think we can actually set this as an output. And that should work. I don't think these actually have an input, which is weird. All right. And then here, we just do the exact same thing we did a second ago. Except for disconnect that. Grab another servo. Do this. Take that out. All right. And that should result in some goodies being produced. All right. No? Is it not able to be? Oh, I need a compressor for coal. All right, so it gets a little complicated. So basically, we want to blacklist coal from going into this. And then we're going to have a compressor which comes off and probably goes right about here or something. Let's get rid of this. Can I? There we go. Okay. So that way we're producing on that, but I also need to make sure that like redstone, I think this can produce redstone. If we press U on this, so this can produce redstone, coal ore, so the lignite, sapphire, and ruby. Okay, and this becomes ruby dust, which then needs to go into a compressor. No? It doesn't. Oh, this would need an implosion compressor from Tech Reborn to actually make them back into rubies. So we're going to look at probably getting quite a few things on the blacklist once we get them. But here's crushed redstone ore, and this can just go into a macerator to then become redstone dust, which means that we also need to filter out redstone. So there's quite a few things that just need to be straight up filtered. All right, so this, and I think for right now, what we can do is say rubies, sapphires, which I don't even know if sapphires come from this either. I'm assuming so, since rubies do. Okay, blacklist rubies, blacklist sapphires. Actually, that's not going to work. Hold on. Because I would need ruby ore itself, right? Yeah. Okay. Good thing is, I think there's some ruby ore over here. Okay, but I don't have any sapphire ore just sitting around, right? Oh, actually, I do. Perfect. So let's go blacklist these two ores. Okay, so I've added those to the blacklist, and I've just thrown them in there for right now. Zinc. Okay, so zinc looks like another ore that we cannot do anything with. It has to just be straight up smelted. Okay, another ore to blacklist. And then we might have like a separate pipe that has that white listed, so we can just send it to the furnace. It's probably not the bad idea. Okay, and then we are getting a lot of backlog, so it looks like the macerators definitely produce a lot more than the furnace. So we might need to get a couple furnaces over here instead, or as well, and then a couple output chests. All right. All right, so this is just going to get macerated again. And then I've already set that there. Okay, so copper, gold, iron, coal dust. I'm assuming this also needs to go into a compressor. Okay. So let's grab some, let's actually grab this coal dust. Set that there. And then sulfur dust. That can be used in nothing here, I think, right? Okay. So sulfur dust can also be blacklisted. All right. So there's a few things, and I'm going to grab a couple more furnaces. I'm going to grab a compressor, and that way we should be able to kind of automate a little bit more of this. Of course, not everything. I probably will grab some item pipes to move zinc, but for right now, let me grab those and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so let's get the compressor set up here, and I have this just sitting back here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to just kind of like throw a whole bunch of cables on the ground and basically see what sticks. That sounds about right, right? Actually, I'm going the wrong direction with this. So I actually want to come in about here. Let's grab... I think they can work with that. There we go. I guess we don't really need this coming up to the top. And then a... grab of that, grab of that. Let's actually take that out for a second so nothing funnels out of here. And then do coal, do the lignite, and then put the cable back. Actually, we want this to be whitelisted. So take that out, throw that in there. And we now have coal being sorted out, okay? And I'm pretty sure we could just quickly funnel this over here. I might need another servo. Man, the amount of servos I'm going to make. I definitely could be using something that's probably better than these servos, but, I'm stubborn. Okay. So that's that. And that should just push everything out. Fantastic. And we have resource generation. Very, very strange resource generation, but resource generation nevertheless. I probably should push this coal and stuff to over here, but I think for right now we should be fine. Can I get another stack of drills? Okay. Alrighty. Well, that is that. And I'm probably going to make another one of these if I don't get into the electric drill, or like the electric quarry soon. But I think for right now we should be fine. Okay, so that's just working through that stuff. And then this, actually, we need to set up, I guess, as well. Which we can do is just come out this direction. Actually, let's just go to the bottom. Which I already have, like, the pipes coming out, but that's alright. We'll just go down a little bit more. Okay. And then this servo, I have the redstone piece on me still. Whitelist, and then send it. There we go. Very, very not pretty, but that is okay because it works. And we should be able to do that. Put that back in there, put that back in there, and everything is working. Okay. And then what we can do as well is probably just get an ender chest and kind of funnel the coal into these two, whether it be lignite or just normal coal, and just go with it. I'll probably just do normal coal. I think these have both the same burn rates, so it's not like it's crazy. So burns 8 items, and then burns 8 items. So yeah, we'll just use straight coal. I'm pretty sure that's not a bad idea. We can actually look and see what's a better option real quick. So we get 40% chance for coal, 24% chance for lignite. So let's just get the entangled chest from Kybe. Okay. I've actually never really seen one of these, but this looks pretty interesting. This has 8 color combinations, by the way, which is a lot more than the normal ender chest. So this is a lot of frequencies. But we're going to actually grab coal. Oop, come on. We're going to whitelist coal. Just coal. So let's empty this out. And of course, we can use the entangled chest to move all of these items back to our base. This is just for the coal system. And since coal is the more showing one, we're just going to do it this way. So, not fluid pipes. Item pipe, and then a servo. We're going to need one more servo here. And this way we're just not running a whole lot of pipes all around the place. Okay. And this will only transfer... Oh, you can't actually open these whenever there's things on top of them. Luckily, we can see that there's items in here. But yeah, we won't be able to actually pull coal out until we have the lignite coal out of there. These should be nice and full now. Fantastic. Everything is automated, and that is great. So the drills, by the way, I am just going to trade with villagers. They aren't that expensive. We can actually quickly just like launch ourselves over here. This is like the master trade. 1 emerald for 4 bronze drills. And I'm pretty sure most of these guys have that trade. Oh, looks like maybe 1 or 2 of them. So there's 2. So yeah, 2 of them have that. And I mean, I get probably a 10 plus from each. All right. And with that, we're going to wrap this episode up. I kind of been making shorter videos with modern industrialization, but that is because I do not want to get burnout, right? I don't want to do so much in an episode that it's just absolutely too much to handle as well, and I really feel like this was a perfect stopping point. I am enjoying messing with modern industrialization, but we will be getting into Tech Reborn to lighten the load in the future. I don't think the pack even recommends this, but there is a lot of REI stuff pointing to future materials in modern industrialization that can be made simpler with Tech Reborn. So we're going to kind of integrate those when we get into that. And I'm pretty sure we're going to use this area behind me to get into that stuff. So thank you guys. Stay awesome. And I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.